'Tis the season, and you know what that means.
It's our Tiny-Versary. It's our 2-year anniversary of living in our traveling tiny house on wheels. Wow, we moved in right before Christmas in 2020, and then we had Christmas 2021, and now we're having Christmas 2022 and celebrating our 2-year anniversary of living in a tiny house on wheels.
So as we look back, I mean, the start of it all was when we finished the work on our house and we drove it on a road, like out in the public, the first time.
We are moving our tiny house for the very first time today. That was a big deal, like out on the open road, driving to a new location. Cheers to a big, exciting new step, to learning, to being brave, and to moving our tiny house for the first time. And we drove it to a farm where we spent about 3.5 months living in our house on the most beautiful farm where we watched epic sunrises and sunsets.
Sunrise wonderment.
Wow, is it spectacular this morning. It's always a gift of like waking up early to possibly see an amazing sunrise. And we got to experience our first snowstorms in our house.
That was so pretty when the snow came down.
That was so beautiful. And then the snow geese. We would have the snow geese would fly over our house like in the morning and before dark. It was so cool. It was so wonderment inspiring. And it was an amazing place to start living in our home and experience like what is tiny house living like, and in doing it in a place that was like surrounded by all the winter cold elements.
Yeah, because it was cold.
Yay! It's a winter wonderland. Snow crystals on our lights.
It's a wonderment.
Wondrous.
We would go out when it's snowing and then run the dogs around, and it was
windy.
Yeah.
But very special. Very, very cool.
Then there was our first big road trip, 450 miles, and heading to another state.
It was such a big deal because so much thought and planning had gone into making our house be able to travel and drive around just like an RV, and all the different systems that have to be in place to keep things secure for driving on roads. And it was so cool to fully implement that and go on a big trip.
Here we go. First maiden voyage out of the county.
And drive our house through a city. Over a mountain pass. We're headed up over the mountains. Our first mountain pass with our tiny house. You know, over bridges, through all different changing landscapes.
We crossed the Columbia River, so that was like a big symbol. Crossing the river into a new state, our second state.
Our second state. It was such an exciting thing. I felt like, oh my goodness, we have taken our house to a new state. We just crossed the Columbia River and now we're officially in Oregon. We're bringing our house to a new state. It's second state. Woohoo! Over bumpy roads and all. We're in Oregon! Woo-woo! That's not something you can say about everything.
Blue Mountains, that was like so beautiful.
And through it all, we were able to see like, yes, everything that we did to make our house on wheels be able to travel around like an RV was worth it and totally possible because we were doing it.
9 months into living in our tiny house, we decided to embark on a 9-month trip.
Yes.
A journey that would take us down through the Southwest.
Yes, a journey that would take us across and into many more states and many more miles and up to really high elevations. because we traveled down into Oregon again, Idaho, got to visit the World Center for Birds of Prey in Boise.
That's an incredible place.
Really special. And then down into Utah, where we got to experience incredible autumn colors, and we felt like we were like traveling into like Middle Earth at one point, because we were just like going up and then going down, and the autumn colors were absolutely spectacular. And we had lightning storms and more fall colors, and then we got to head south down into Red Rock Country, which honestly is becoming one of my most favorite places.
Bryce Canyon National Park, amazing.
Yeah, and then Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in southern Utah is a beautiful, special, most compassionate place. And we got to visit these places because of having a home on wheels. And it's like opened our eyes and our experience to having a whole new backyard. So many backyards, because every time we go to a new place, we have a new backyard.
Yeah. Home. Home is now where
we are.
Yeah, wherever we're at.
Yeah, and then we made it into Arizona. And that's where we celebrated our second Christmas, which was pretty spectacular and totally different than our first. And it was amazing. And with our time in Arizona, we had, amazing highlights, as well as some challenges and things we had to take care of with our house that didn't quite go right, or we had some different things. That's life, right? It's going, some things are awesome and some things are rough.
There's times that it might seem like, oh, everything is so wonderful, but just like everybody else, we have our ups and we have our downs.
Yeah.
And
the key is, I guess, figuring out how to get back up even when things go rough.
Yeah.
The key is just even though this whole thing was so unfortunate and really frustrating, is just going with it, rolling with it, being a problem solver, and continuing to just find the wonder in just life still, not letting this be a reason not to find wonder.
We have our wall back.
Yes.
Be solution oriented.
Mm-hmm. And when you're appreciating wonders, I think it's easier to find the solutions as well. That's a wonderment.
Look on the bright side. Look for the good.
Find the wonderment.
Yeah. After spending the winter in the Arizona area, we headed north up through California, going to Harvest Host wineries. It was so pretty. And
So
the Oregon
awesome.
coast, of course. The Oregon coast is so beautiful.
And then up to Mount Hood and the forest, and then over to Northeast Oregon before heading back to Bellingham, Washington area to spend the summer and connect with friends and show our artwork at different art shows and festivals, and just kind of get to just kind of regroup and regather. We had a really good summer. And then guess what? We headed off again because Zuganru was calling, that drive, that to go places and to travel. And so we headed out again on a very similar route as we did the first year. We went down through Oregon and Idaho and into Utah, where we got to spend time with alpacas. Little baby alpacas had just been born.
They were so cute. So cute.
Oh, that was so precious. And now here we are in Arizona for our third Christmas.
Yay.
And we have a fabulous Christmas tree that we created from the boughs that get cut from Christmas trees that we went and found at a Christmas tree farm and for free. And we were able to put them on our special slatted wood pieces to make our tree mobile. And then we decorated it with our creations and special tokens we found along our travels. And here we are having our third Christmas in our home. It's amazing.
Happy Tiny-Versary.
Happy Tiny-Versary. Our second Tiny-Versary.
Second Tiny-Versary.
Yeah, and I just feel so much gratitude for everything we've experienced and how far we've come. And I'm just really excited for everywhere that we're going, because we have now officially gone 8,500 miles towing our traveling tiny house through 6 western states. And there are many, many more miles and many more states to come. And we're excited to continue finding wonder and appreciating wonderments and sharing our whole experience with you.
Living daily life, just living it in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not unlike living in one place. It's just that the outdoor environment changes. But yet life goes on, and daily life isn't that unsimilar as if we lived in one place. It's just that we happen to have different changing views outside. So where we are changes, even though what we're doing is probably the same as if we were in one location.
So our wish for you this holiday season is
to find and appreciate and share reasons for wonder and wonderment with each other.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and we wish you all a Happy New Year.
Woot! Cheers!
Cheers!
Be sure to subscribe to our Sea Tree Wonder channel because you won't want to miss what we have coming up to share with you. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more wonderment-inspired adventures, then be sure to check out our Sea Tree Wonder Patreon page, where you can help support our creations, receive special gifts from us, and be part of a growing community of people sharing reasons for wonderment with each other.